There's been this debate going on for a while about Sony's strategy as they enter the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X generation. This debate revolves around PC, and if they're going to bring Sony first-party games on the PC day and date. Well, this interesting article came out talking about this exact issue. They mentioned that Microsoft might be forcing Sony's hand into bringing their games on multiple platforms. Let's get into what is being said and also discuss if this is something that will happen sooner rather than later. Let's do it. Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All right, enough of that. Let's get into this pretty telling article that dives deep into the strategy behind not only Xbox, but mainly Sony and how they'll decide to treat their first-party games. We've known for a very long time that Sony has been slowly but surely moving toward a multi-platform type of company. Jim Ryan himself said they're going to move towards multiple platforms after the purchase of Bungie. Would this happen overnight? Of course not. It would take a little while for them to get that technology down, but also get their developers up to speed on how to make games for not only the PlayStation 5, but also the PC platforms and others they might want to bring their games to. Yet after the success that Xbox has seen lately with Forza Horizon and Halo Infinite, all reaching the most gamers they've ever reached with record numbers, it's starting to show that Sony might want to speed up this process if they want to be competitive with what Microsoft and Xbox are doing. Something that this article talks about right here. Just a few years ago, that would have been a pretty pioneering strategy. But at a time when Microsoft is successfully Netflixifying video gaming through PC Game Pass, bringing all its first-party games to PC from day one and scooping up the biggest IPs by buying out the likes of ZeniMax and, subject to FTC investigation, Activision Blizzard, it's not nearly enough. Microsoft will soon have former PlayStation 1 icons Spyro and Crash Bandicoot in its roster. Microsoft and Sony's proxy war on PC has been great for us, of course. PC gamers can now cavort with the likes of Master Chief, Kratos, and soon Nathan Drake like that's the most normal thing in the world. But while Microsoft has pulled out all the stops on PC, it feels like Sony is still fielding its reserves. Clearly, Sony wants that PC foothold, but it needs to do more. Okay, so we aren't the only ones asking Sony to do more when it comes to bringing their games to the PC platform. For a while now, everyone has been talking about Sony bringing some of their biggest games ever to that platform. We've seen God of War, Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn, and a bunch of other games from Sony that are going to come to PC. And you even look at Uncharted like the article mentioned over there. Yet we still haven't had the big first-party games from the PlayStation 5 come yet. Games like Horizon Forbidden West, a game that sold very well considering how many PlayStation 5s are out there. Yet only a few days later, it was outshined completely by a multi-platform game like Elden Ring, which took the gaming world by storm. One of the main reasons for that is it can be played by so many other gamers. That's one of the big reasons I think Elden Ring outshined. We have Xbox gamers, PC gamers, and Sony gamers all playing Elden Ring because it's a massive hit, a well-done game, not to mention it can reach millions upon millions of more customers. This is something I truly feel Horizon Forbidden West could have done if it released on all platforms, especially PC, and maybe kept some of the hype going its way. Something that Xbox has been doing with their first-party games for several years now, be it through PC Game Pass or Steam. No matter where you want to play, you're given the option to choose. And with PlayStation Now, or Project Spartacus, which it's called, it's something that Sony is moving toward, which this article mentions right here. This chimes with the rumors that Sony is working on a Game Pass competitor, codenamed Project Spartacus, as well as the recent news that Sony began pulling PlayStation Now subscription cards from stores. Granted, Sony will prioritize this service on consoles, but now that it's tasted success on PC, it's unfathomable that they'll just let Microsoft's Game Pass hoover up subscribers unchallenged. The first step would be for Sony to turn PlayStation Now or its successor into a streaming and download-based platform on PC, like it currently is on console. To anyone with a moderately good internet connection, streaming is a nice supplement to a subscription, but not a standout feature. Just look at xCloud, Microsoft's cloud gaming platform. It's a secondary feature that gets chucked in with the more expensive Ultimate subscription, along with access to console Game Pass library. And until there's a breakthrough in streaming tech, that's where it belongs. Even now, the ports of God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and the soon-to-be-released Uncharted 4 would be a great foundation for a Sony subscription subscription service on PC. But having just a handful of downloadable high-profile games amid a sea of streamed ones probably isn't how Sony envisions debuting its new platform. And this is what I have to agree with the most in this article. Sony's PlayStation has some of the biggest games of last generation and one of the biggest games this year in Horizon Forbidden West. They could genuinely compete with Game Pass if they decide to bring their games to PC day and date. Not to mention, they could just release those games on Steam and generate far more hype surrounding them, something that Elden Ring did in spades. Yet all we have right now is Sony streaming most of their games, if not all of them. They want to take that Project Spartacus service serious. They need to make sure that they can get these natively downloaded. You better not charge more for demos or trials and a bunch of other useless things that gamers don't want. What gamers want is competition, and to do what you have to do to compete with Xbox and what they're doing, not to mention try to do it better. One-up each other in the best way you know how, which is with the games and the amount of great content you can provide. Something that Xbox is outdoing you right now. The sheer amount of content in Game Pass is staggering, to the point of catching the attention of millions of gamers across all platforms. Sony needs to counter that, which is something they bring up right here. Then there's the issue of the simultaneous day one console and PC releases. This is Microsoft's strategy, but it won't be Sony's anytime soon. The PS5 is still comfortably outselling its Xbox counterparts, and PlayStation retains its status as a platform with a strong identity and truly unique titles. But by bringing more PS4 games to PC and launching them on its own subscription service at the same time as a Steam and Epic, it will create a nice illusion of day one on PlayStation Pass, even though the reality is closer to day one on PC via PlayStation Pass, but 973 days after its original console launch. Once the backlog of PS4 classics runs out, that PlayStation 5 will have matured, so Sony could even start bringing older current gen games to the service. It'd be a big leap for Sony to dilute its flagship console in this way, but a couple of years from now, it may be the only way to counter Microsoft's expansion. And this is where I'll chime in, and the way that this article brings up the diluting of consoles. That's not what's happening when you bring games to another platform. The way you dilute your platform is if you close it off and you don't allow a new audience to join in on the content you created. Keeping things boxed in is the way to not grow and to not allow your creative talent to grow and make something new to reach new audiences. Instead, Sony should open up their console platform and allow anyone to play where they want, not to mention give more gamers the ability to play the amazing games you create. So no, I don't think it's a big leap for Sony to bring out games day and date on the PC, especially since they already have two studios of their own bringing out games on multiple platforms. MLB The Show is on Xbox now, and they also have Bungie making everything multi-platform like they announced when they purchased them. The tea leaves are there to read easily. We can see that Sony is going multi-platform, especially after they saw God of War and all these other big games they own sell millions on the PC platform. But most of all, they see the success Microsoft is having, and they don't want them to eat up all the subscribers that are out there for a gaming service. That's the biggest problem Sony sees. They want to know how many people are truly going to choose Xbox or Sony when it comes to platform services. From what we've seen, it's obvious that Xbox has more studios and has more third-party deals. Let's hope Sony starts to compete even more, and let's hope that leaked Spartacus subscription tier list was fake, because that was an absolute joke, and we need to see Sony do better and actually compete with what Microsoft is providing, not to mention what Ubisoft is providing and EA Games is providing. All of them have subscription services that give you day and date on console or PC, whichever one you choose. But enough of what I think about all of this. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think Microsoft is forcing Sony's hand? Will you want to see a subscription service from Sony? Is Xbox too far ahead for Sony to even compete? Would 2 first-party games a year be enough for Sony to compete with what Game Pass provides? Or do you need more games for a service to make sense for you? Or will we see Sony put their games on PC day and date? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, you guessed it, I'm playing Elden Ring. I'm not going to stop playing this game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I love exploring the world. Every single day I've kind of gone into the world, I find something new that just blows my mind. Something that's optional. It's not something about the main story. You don't go through this content. They didn't cater it towards, hey, you have to do this awesome set piece. Instead, it's a set piece built for you to find. Something that you can see in the world, go to. It makes you go to these places that you never thought you would go to. That's what I love about the game. The map and the way the world is built kind of guides you through the whole world for you to explore, and that's what I love. It's a full-on RPG. It's the best RPG I've ever played, and it's honestly one of the best games I've ever played. So I highly recommend it for everyone, and that doesn't even go into the set pieces for the main story or the main bosses. Those are even more insane than the side stuff you find. Trust me, play this game. It's one of the best out there. Play it on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. I don't care where you play it, as long as you get it and as long as you enjoy it. I know it's tough. It's a Souls game through and through, but trust me, playing it and working through bosses is very gratifying. But let me know what you're playing. Are you on your Xbox Series X, your PS5, or are you on your PC? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for. It's talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.